I gotta get this on. Gotta get this on.
Hey, 42 here. The
Wow.
honeybee
I wonder
is
how
one of the
that's
most
gonna work.
incredible.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting. I want this camera to work. There we go. I don't know. I thought I had a grasp on technology, but I'm thinking I might not. Oh, so I just had a big bomba explosion here. They do that a lot. Boom, boom, boom. And besides that, the thunder, which is always very interesting. Earlier, there was one thunder boomy that rattled my windows. Wasn't sure if we were having a little earthquake or not, but I didn't feel the ground move under me. So, anyway, just hanging out here in beautiful Guatemala. I've got to charge up my other phone because that one I can at least record on, and then download onto YouTube, but I can't do it on my little 8 gig memory little Samsung phone that, oh, anyway, I just wanted to just turn this on and practice a little. Oh, there go the dogs. Bienvenido Guatemala. And I actually live in a really quiet neighborhood. So, yeah, so if you don't know this about me, I came on vacation here back in 2015, and I'm still here. Today's June something or other of 2019. And don't get me wrong, I've been other places. This is the longest, I do believe, even counting Maui, this is the longest I've lived in one location, one room, one house, or whatever, since 2009. So 10 years. So 10 years ago, I was in Iowa. I was in Ames, Iowa. Nope. 10 years ago, I was still in Corning, Iowa. Holy moly. That's right. I left Corning. I left the house in Corning. I believe that was November of 2009. And then by early 2010, I had moved to Ames, Iowa. Latter part of that year, I do believe early in 2011, late 2010 is when I got my diagnosis. Still took a little bit of time. It must have been, yeah, it was late in 2010 because I was able to go to Maui on vacation in 2011, where I decided, excuse me, excuse me, where I decided, oh, I'm going to move here. So in August of 2011, I actually moved to Maui because I figured getting my disability or my Social Security disability insurance, was the only way I was ever going to friggin' live there. And yeah, it was hard, but within a year or so, I had gotten government housing, so my rent was like $450 a month for a studio apartment with all the power and water and everything. It was awesome. I was even allowed an air conditioner. So yeah, it was good, but it wasn't great because it was the housing authority, and anybody that knows me as a anarchist, anti-authority, non-respect of anybody telling me what to do person, it was a challenge because they literally get in your shit, man. And anyway, long and the short of it, it wasn't that freaking hard to move out of there because I moved to a monastery, the Mother Moon Pagan Monastery in Herb Farm in San Clemente, California, which again, super cool. So I'm just kind of going through this, my little history for those that don't know why I'm sitting here in Guatemala. Anyway, came here, got here in 2015 on a vacation, but we had just had to move out of our really nice house. My daughter and I. It was a big house. The downstairs wasn't a standalone apartment, and the upstairs was a big 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom house with a nice fenced yard. Anyway, she lived upstairs with her kids, and I lived downstairs, and it worked out really well. But we had to move, and the only thing we could find at that time was like a 3-bedroom trailer. So I went on this vacation, and I wasn't like in a hurry to come back. It was, there was just lots of not so great things. I guess I could have gotten housing, but again, housing through the housing authority, government housing, whatever, HUD. They still tell you what you can and cannot do, and I just don't, I like to have my incense. I smoke, whatever. I just don't like, I like freedom. I like my sovereignty, so. Anyway, I decided to friggin' stay here. I'd met lots of single women, so it just kind of gave me the courage. So, actually, that was in December. We had gotten up here to where I am at the lake by January, mid-January or so of 2016. We started out in Belize, and then went to Tikal, and then to Antigua. And we go first to San Marcos, and then here, and then back to Antigua, and then back here. Anyway, I've been here, like I said, pretty much since 2016, January 2016. I've lived in San Marcos 2 different times. I lived in Lanquin for a little while. I traveled through South America, Bolivia, Peru, mostly Peru, and then Colombia for a couple of months, and then returned up here, and that was 2017. That's the first time in July 2017 was the first time I went back to the States after I left almost 2 years earlier. And yeah, then I come back here. Anyway, I live in San Pedro now, and I live in a really beautiful home. Like I said, I'll get this on my phone. I have to get it out and do this, but I think I can share it on my phone. But I can't do that from, I'm not going to pick up my computer here to show you around, but it's friggin' gorgeous. I live in a volcano caldera surrounded by 3 volcanoes. They're dormant. This lake is about, 15 miles by 6 miles. It's known as one of the most beautiful lakes on the planet, next to Lake Como. But anyway, I can live here on my disability comfortably. I have a studio apartment. I do have a full-on kitchen downstairs, but I have it rigged here so I can cook. I have to go downstairs. I'm crippled. I walk with canes. I got 2 really cool canes. I'll even show you. They're really badass. They got stars and moons and suns and stuff. Very celestial. I like astrology and tarot and hermetics and alchemy and magic and all that stuff. So it's, again, peace and quiet here for me. A little bit of freedom. And, yeah. That's kind of cool. I just figured I'd share that. This is any of interest. Hopefully I can get this loaded up on YouTube without any problems. Thank you.